If I had 4 minutes to share what took me 20 years to figure out, all I would say is, life is like waiting for a phone call that never comes. You keep waiting for it to ring, waiting for your future self to call with the answers, waiting for your friends to call with the invite, waiting for some moment that makes everything make sense, but that ring never comes. We like to think of time as a straight line, past behind us, future ahead, but that's just how it feels inside our bodies. Because according to Einstein's theory of relativity, all points in time, past, present, future, they all exist at once. What we experience as time passing is really just our perspective, shaped by memory and movement. In other words, your future self isn't somewhere far away. They're already here, existing alongside you, waiting, maybe even trying to send you a message. So maybe the phone never rang, not because no one was calling, but because your future self is already on the other line, waiting for you to pick up. So pick up the phone. And by listening to the next 4 minutes, you've done exactly that. You're reaching across time to receive the 3 lessons it took me 2 decades to understand. Lesson number 1. The joy is never the outcome. It's always in the pursuit. Let's start here because this is where most people get it wrong. I used to think happiness was something you unlocked after enough effort. Lose the weight, land the job, find the person, and then move out, right? I told myself once I had all that, then I'd finally start living. When I was a kid, I used to play this game called Minecraft every night. I spent hours building the perfect base, thinking that once it was done, then I'd enjoy the game. But the second I finished it, well, I felt nothing. The fun wasn't in having the thing, it was in building it. And life is no different. Looking back, the best part wasn't arriving, it was always in becoming. So if you're waiting for a perfect future to be happy, stop. You're already in the part you'll miss later. Life lesson number 2. Don't wait for other people to live your life. For years, I missed out on things I genuinely wanted to do just because nobody else was available to do them with me. I'd think, this would be fun if someone else wanted to go. But here's what I've learned. If you wait for others to validate your plans, you'll spend your life on hold. Now, instead of saying, we should do something sometime, I say, hey, I'm gonna do this, wanna come? The difference is everything. It puts your life in motion regardless of who joins. Don't outsource your joy to someone else's calendar. If you want to do something, do it. You can always invite people along. Life lesson number 3. You can feel better, even if nothing changes. Ever notice how when someone quits their job and has only 2 weeks left, they suddenly seem lighter? They talk to people they used to ignore. Even the annoying coworker doesn't get under their skin as much. But the job didn't change. They did. Their mindset shifted. The pressure lifted. They stopped worrying about getting fired and trying to prove themselves. And suddenly, they enjoy what was already in front of them. This is what psychologist Dr. Wayne Dyer wrote about in Your Erroneous Zones. In his book, he said that your thoughts, not your situation, create your feelings. You can choose how to think, and by doing that, you can choose how to feel. The job isn't better. The coworkers, they didn't change. What changed was the story in their head. The joy you feel on the last day of school, or right before you move away, or after walking away from something toxic, that joy was always available. You just finally gave yourself permission to feel it. And the truth is, you don't have to wait for a big moment to give yourself that permission. You can do it now. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I've got memberships right here. And if you want to put your number in my website below, I can text you on, what I'm working on. I release jewelry sometimes. It's all handmade. I make videos every week. If you want to hit the sub button, you'll see me next week. Again, I really appreciate you watching the video. I'll see you next week. Peace and love.